Presentation that she doesn't know is happening. So lots of people in this room might know that this presentation is happening. There's a couple of us who are going to do a bit of a celebration of Kylie's efforts over the years, because this night normally is about her celebrating the students, but we're taking over and she doesn't know about it. So we picked the perfect time. You can continue to eat your entrees. I hope she doesn't spend 20 minutes in the bathroom. That'll be embarrassing. But I've taken over the microphone. Nick's told me he's taking over the microphone from me as well. What have you got?
Well, Kylie, we all appreciate Kylie's efforts. I want to say a quick word about our coach, Chris. Where is he? There he is. He did it to you. On behalf of all your students and myself, thank you very much. You're an excellent coach. We're very lucky to have you. And it's been amazing to see not only us progress with you as our coach, but to see you progress as well. You make us very proud every time you step on the mats.
Thank you, mate. Oh, wow. There's secrets going on everywhere.
I got you a card. And also a fresh gi. Fresh white. You make us very proud every time you step on the mats.
Not only is this individual an exceptional instructor who basically does their best to help others achieve their maximum, they've also introduced a bit of technologies to dojo as well, to help it run more effectively when it works. In addition, they've created a group that reaches and helps men in the wider community. So carrying Connect has become a highlight of the week for a lot of people.
So the guy that doesn't do stretches, the muscles really muscles. I can now pass the mic back to the next original hijacker.
Where is she? I can just barely see you, Kylie. What are you doing back there? You look gorgeous, Bella. 20 years. Is that right? I think it's more than that. Let's go back in time, hey? Okay, I first met you back in 2000. Sorry, 2000. Sorry. And when we saw that advert, we thought, oh, this would be good. Oh, sorry. I said, we thought, oh, this would be good for Jonathan to learn a martial art and gain fitness and learn self-defense. Who would have thought he would have become Senpai Jonathan and wear a black belt, right? I mean, really. It began to introduce fitness classes or two that I could even participate in. So, back in time, 9.5 years ago, I actually joined. The dojo has grown in members and in floor space, moving from the school gym to the Factory 6 and now to its current location. You have an amazing dojo, Kylie, with a lot of community members in supporting you. It's because of the person you are and your wonderful instructors that makes the dojo a success. Tonight's turnout is a testament to that. Now I'd like to read an excerpt from Senpai Jonathan for our younger guests. And he's back in time as a young boy. Now, Jonathan couldn't be here tonight, he's at a bucks party, so... Not here! So. Alright, this is Jonathan, reflecting. I often sit in the nice, padded, well-equipped gym and think back of those cold, empty, hard wooden floors of Research Primary School, how far we have come. I also think of all the shy children you have inspired confidence in, the families that you have brought closer together and those who have since left us too soon, who, like me, were so extremely fortunate to be able to call this dojo a second home. I have no doubt they would have been incredibly proud to see how far you've come, Polly. I often reflect on the kids we've seen come and go, only to find their way back again, often much, much taller, which only confirms to me just how remarkable your impact is to all of us. I owe much of my success to the discipline, dedication and drive to improve you instilled in that chubby-cheeked 7-year-old decades ago. Decades, guys, decades. And for that, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for your unyielding passion and selfless care. Thank you for being a human height milestone for growing kids. And most importantly, thank you for continuing to embody the meaning of voice. So, 20 years, congratulations. Cheers to 20 more.
Hello. I should probably do it without that. I'm Michelle, and I wanted to reflect on my time with Kylie and some other bits and pieces. So, Kylie and I started. Hey! Is that you back there? Yes. So, Kylie and I started our martial arts time together at Brom Street Eltham Martial Arts Academy. And I remember I was a red belt and Kylie was a white belt, and she came in and the instructor said, oh, we're going to do some sparring, and I'm looking at this teeny tiny little person going, oh shit, it's going to hurt her, like we're going to break her. Oh, sorry. Please. So we started sparring and I kicked her one, I think she smacked me back, and I was like, yeah, I like this chick. And from that moment I knew that we were going to get along. Kylie has achieved some amazing things since then. Being a business owner is really tough. It requires you to ride a roller coaster every single day, as well as wearing many, many hats, and sometimes all at once. The percentage of businesses that actually survive past 3 years is 4%. And out of that 4%, the percentage of businesses that actually survive more than 10% is 1%. Out of that 4%. And it gets lower the longer you've been in business. As a fellow business owner for over 20 years, I don't think anyone can ever fathom the grit, the risk, the sleepless nights, the passion, the heart, and the stuff that you go through to run a business. You need to be pretty tough to achieve that. And Alpha Martial Arts has been going now for over 20 years. Most martial arts school can't make enough money to run part-time. And Kylie has managed to maintain a full-time dojo. I'm going to try not to cry. Kylie is a pretty special person. Not only does she run a full-time martial arts dojo, she's a title fighter. She has a title for fighting, which is much harder when you're a smaller person, and particularly in Kyokushin, where women's divisions are really small and they often get combined. She's so much more than the third dan that she wears. Kylie is an accomplished author. She's written Waiting for Sanjay. She's also written Mother Lover, a Woman Warrior, where she shares her experiences to help and inspire other women to follow their dreams and overcome adversity. I love this book, and it was over this book that Kylie and I reconnected. She's an amazing artist. So all the awards you see tonight, as you know, Kylie would have put her heart and soul into making. And she's done this for I'm not sure how long, but it's something that she's done for a long time, and every single one of those awards holds the passion and the heart of Kylie. She's achieved all of this as a single parent and has raised 3 beautiful children on her own and trained in many martial arts to increase her knowledge and skills as she passes all of that on to everybody else. She has cornered in fights with a baby strapped to her. She has taught and trained throughout pregnancies and when her babies were teeny tiny and they were running around the dojo. Yes, I have. She's broken fingers, I remember that one. She's sustained a lot of injuries and has overcome many challenges that most people would crumble over. She has survived the COVID lockdowns, and Kylie stuck to her beliefs, and for many months there, Kylie was on her own in her house without anybody else around. Not sure that anyone really understands that. She's kept the Alpha Martial Arts Academy going throughout COVID, and it's a testament to everybody here today. And now we're moving into another dream space with the sound healing. So it's amazing what Kylie has been able to achieve. I have watched the amazing community around Kylie that has been created, and it is more than just a dojo. and it's more than a community, it's a family. A place where people can come and train, feel supported, connect on a soul level, where people can look out for each other, support each other, and accept for each other for all that they are, without judgment and without trying to change each other. They are there for each other during the hard times and celebrate during the good times, where there is honesty and kindness, and to push each other to grow and provide a shoulder where needed. Kylie is my soul sister, family to me, and we have supported each other through some pretty challenging times, and she inspires me to be a better person and motivates me to aim high and be a better karateka. She does this to the other members of the dojo as well. And I've asked the people of the dojo to describe in one word what pops into their head when they think of Kylie. And here is what your dojo family have said. Kylie: persevering, leader, inspirational, heart, grit, supportive, steadfast, strong, humble, passionate, fiery, badass, that's a good one, determined, warrior, braveheart, weirdo, crazy, Fruit Loop, and Nuck and Fuss. So, we can't say any more about what you've done and what you've created, Kylie, so congratulations on everything that you've done and the community that is your dojo.
I've never had to put a microphone up for myself before. That's awesome. That's great. I'll put it back down if Kylie comes up. So I've got a speech. I don't read speeches. I just make them up as I go along. But this isn't my speech. This is Al's speech. This is Alan's speech. Alan had an issue with his father and he wasn't able to make it today. He's handed over his speech to me to put something together for Kylie instead of Kylie just giving everybody else an award. Maybe we can try and raise something for Kylie, and something that you might be excited about. Again, I'm reading this. Some ideas started to fly, and we looked into a gift we thought you would like. Katrina came up with a beautiful notebook idea as well, so we could all write in it and express our gratitude to you. If you've been walking around over the last couple of days and people have been hiding from you, if you feel like Willem's been reading or writing love letters in secret books for the last few days, there is a custom notebook for you flying around the room. If you haven't written in it, feel free to write a message in there for Kylie if you can find it. But basically we kept looking and found something and nearly purchased it. But after talking to Rick, I think is off the back, I can't see Rick, and Rocky over here, Daniel wasn't really what you were after. So we decided to aim for something that wasn't second best. We started to look a bit more closely and we thought, we're going to get a present that has 3 parts. We'll see what funds we can raise and purchase what we can for now. And anything that we can't raise, we'll get over the next year or so. Well, Rocky, go for it. We started raising funds and before we knew it, the first part was purchased. However, it might not make much sense by itself. Part 1, somewhere to hang the keys. With the handiwork of those around you, Veronica and Moon and the crew, the word started to get around the dojo. As the days went by, the donations for a gift kept coming in and we managed to raise the funds for a second part. Rocky, do you mind? Part 2. And we raised all of the funds required for the third and final piece.
Don't take it out, I've got this charcoal eye makeup going on.
We started to ring around to find the final piece, but of course we couldn't find one in Australia. Eventually one was found in Western Australia and we realised there was no chance of getting it here in time, unfortunately. We spoke to the guy in Western Australia, he said, actually it's in my storage shed, it's a long way from home, it's in Doncaster.
Get out.
So here tonight we would like to present the third and final part of your present, and we really hope you'll enjoy it. Kylie, give it a ring, mate.
Chris said I'm not allowed to speak now until it's my turn later. But I want to say thank you, that is amazing. Like, I've wanted one of these for so long. It's so exciting. I don't have, for once I don't have words. Do it again. I had lots of really important and poignant things I wanted to say, and I'm going to forget all of them, so bear with me. But I think the most important thing is everybody's here for the presentations, so we will get stuck into them very soon. I did want to thank everybody wholeheartedly for coming. It's been an event, well, 20 years in the making, but also 2 years in the making because we haven't been able to have an awards night for 2 years. And it's a family show, so I'm not going to mention the C word, not the one you think. You're all disgusting. But it's, over the last 2 years, it's been difficult, and I don't want to make tonight about that. So we won't talk about it, other than to say that I'm extremely grateful that we're still here after the last 2 years, and it's got nothing to do with me, and it's got everything to do with you guys, so thank you very much for everyone's support, everybody who took part in our outdoor training sessions or online training sessions. That made a huge difference because, quiet down the back, it made a huge difference, more than you know. It was a tough time, and to be perfectly honest, if it wasn't for Willem, I probably wouldn't have made it, I don't think. It got to the point where I thought, why am I doing this? Why have I struggled for this many years? And the family, I've dragged them through it all, and I'm not really the most, I'm not doing reading with my kids every night. We can't, because I'm at the dojo most nights. So there's lots of things that, as a family, we've perhaps missed out on, but somebody, I think Judy, you already said it, or somebody already said it already, that the dojo is my second family, and I don't have a close connection with my actual family. Those that know me well know very well what I mean by that. So I consider the dojo my family. There's people here tonight that have been in my life for a long time that I met through karate and Nanju. You're probably, I would say, in this room, my longest friends in terms of karate. We won't mention how long, okay?
You're old.
Yeah. Long. 2 years. I met Anne and Andrew at the Eltham dojo originally, and since we became friends, and think we'll probably, I don't want to say funny words, but a threesome for a long time. We did a lot of things together. No. But we hung out, and so much so that I was in their wedding. So thank you. I really appreciate the fact that you come tonight. And then there's obviously lots of people that have also been with me a long time, like the Chengs, 20 or so years. And then there are lots of other people that have been with us for a very long time, and I appreciate that. But please know that we welcome all the new people as well, and I'm really grateful to all the newbies that have just recently joined, and here you are tonight, offering your support. And I think that's testament to the dojo and the people that are in it, because the dojo is nothing without you guys. The dojo is just a venue, with the people in it and what make the dojo, and you are the community. So when new people come in, Willem speaks to people a lot more than I get a chance to behind the desk, and often the new people will say that the dojo feels welcoming and that it feels friendly and that they feel at home. So that's got nothing to do with me, and that's got everything to do with you guys. So well done, congratulations. I did have this to mention. I forgot to take the price tag off, just pretend it's not there, but here you go. I wanted to talk about time because that's the theme for tonight, and as you can see, the sand like sands through the hourglass. I had to say it, come on. And some of you are too young, you got no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, but you're also from the Netherlands, and you did not have days of our lives. But as you watch the sand drip down, you realize when you sit down and you stop for a second and you think about how quickly time passes. And then you look at that time passing, and it shouldn't scare you, but you should go, what am I going to do with every second and every minute? Because that's it going. You know, that's how quickly it passes. So you need to grasp it, and all of you are. You're all training, and you're all forging forward in your lives, and you're all pushing yourself to be something bigger, better, braver, stronger, fitter. You know, healthier than than you are. You're forging to be better than you are now, and that's important. Not that anyone needs to be better, by the way, just in case anyone gets upset. But time is important, and I do reflect, and it's been the first awards night where other people have actually done speeches without me organising, and I'm super impressed and surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised, and Judy said a lot about the dojo already, so that's actually good because it means I don't have to talk about it again for you guys. But the dojo's had a long history, and to be standing after 20 years and to have grown where we are today, and we did start on terribly cold floorboards at Research Primary School. I originally started training at the Eltham dojo, as you've already heard, and then the dojo had a fire. I was teaching for cie𝗳𝗳𝗲𝗿. He was my original instructor, and the dojo had a fire, and the dojo was going to close. The Alpha Martial Arts Academy was going to be no more, and I didn't want that to happen. And he said to me, young my girl, because that's what he called everyone, with a shoulder pat. I got a shoulder pat. He did. He said, my girl, I'm going to close the dojo. Do you want it? And I said, of course I do. Yes, I'll take it. And I opened it up at the Research Primary School with only a couple of existing students that hung around because he wasn't going to open the dojo again once the fire went through. So I took it, and we were 7 years at the primary school. Then we moved down the ramp at number 6. We were there for 8 years before moving to where we are now, number 9 up the ramp to the much bigger premises. And I feel like we've nearly already outgrown that, but we won't be moving because there's nowhere bigger and we can't afford it. So that's not there for the moment. But yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for your support. I'm going to make it through a year without crying. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I think we should just get to the awards. Is there anyone I've forgotten? No? Chris has given me the thumbs up. Awesome. All right. Well, we might start with karate, so Senpai Nick.